We've been using G1 Goldmine for about 3 or 4 years.
Actually, I think we were one of the first farms, if not the first farm in North America to sign up for the service. So we've been using it probably 5-6 years now.
Been using Goldmine about 4 or 5 years now. This will be going on the 5th breeding season to have it in, here at Pin Oak.
During the breeding season, I use it quite a lot. I probably look at it every day when I'm planning matings for clients and researching matings for people that have called about getting a season to one of our stallions here at Crestwood Farm.
We use G1 Goldmine several times a week. Whenever anyone needs help choosing a stallion, they need a little bit more evidence to refute a nick that's looking so far back in the pedigree it's probably not useful. We also use it for a mare that might not have an obvious sire line choice.
During the time before the breeding season and during the breeding season, I use Goldmine every day. Any mare that comes in, it's automatically put in the system and we review the pedigree cross, and if it's worked before, and that's the ultimate deciding factor if we breed the mare or not.
And we use it pretty constantly from about August time through the middle of the breeding season, which would be the peak of our breeding season really, and when you get people inquiring about stallions nominations, and we do a fair bit of homework before we even accept mares, or try to accept mares anyway, so we'll always try to run some of that stuff through the Goldmine.
The best feature of G1 Goldmine is the VGS score. Also, I like the fact that it examines the entire pedigree. That would be the key factor.
VGS, it allows me to see all the horses that were bred on a similar cross and what the norm is, and whether that cross actually outperforms or underperforms based upon previous results.
It's because Grade 1 Goldmine doesn't just look at the sire line, it looks at all of the ancestors in the pedigree, and then it finds similar ancestors in the stallions as well. So it's a great feature, and it gives you a lot of horses to look at that have a similar pedigree match.
I really like it in the fact that it does all the homework for you, it does all the research for you, and if it's something that you're looking for, a very specific cross and mating, it really, really defines down those elite runners from that cross, and that's always important to us. More from the fact that we use a lot of proven stallions when we're doing our matings here for Pin Oak, so it's very important to see what has worked and what hasn't worked in the past.
Goldmine has opened doors to new breeding patterns that I hadn't previously known before, and when we get a new stallion, we always have a preconceived notion of what works and what doesn't. Goldmine allows me to go in and look and see if there are any others that we might have missed, and in many instances I find crosses that have worked that I was unaware of before.
It's really looking at population genetics, because the database knows the frequency of buck passer in a pedigree, and it knows the frequency of Dr. Fager in a pedigree, and then it lets you know what the probability, if it's above average or higher than expected, statistically, that those two bloodlines would be in a mating, and that's something that there isn't anything else available like that.
The stallion match feature generates a lot of business. People really enjoy being able to do their own research in choosing a stallion, and if they get a 2020 match, they get special incentives from us, and everybody likes an incentive.
2020 does generate business. It's a very good program for the breeders out there. They can go to our website, do the stallion match. It'll pop up and tell them if they have a 2020, which says a high number of recurrence of specific horses in the pedigree that would be duplicated. It allows for them a 20% discount on the stud fee. It has been very popular. It is used. I get an email daily from someone who's done a Goldmine match and submitted the mare for the discount.
When breeding season ends for us, probably May or June, we'll still get all kinds of inquiries in July from people that are already doing some homework, doing a little research, looking for that 2020 match, for sure.
You can do a lot more research. It's comprehensive. It's statistically based. You're looking at stakes winners worldwide. You can expand or narrow down your search. It's a great tool, and I think anybody who's serious about breeding should look into getting it on their computer. It should be part of any breeder's library of software.
Simply fantastic. Without it, I wouldn't be able to do my job nearly as effective as I have in the years past. It has opened up many doors and allowed me to, in my opinion, breed a higher quality racehorse than I could have with any other tools I had before.
Provides the information we want, which is stakes winners, graded, listed stakes winners. That's what everyone's trying to produce.